welcome back to York Yesterday. We've got a great show coming up for you today. Lots of student media interviews, so make sure you stay tuned. So yes, this is a very student media heavy episode where we're going to be talking to both Noose and York Vision here. So stay around and we're going to see some interviews with them and what they're getting up to this semester, and it's very exciting. But first, let's talk a little bit about local news. So independent traders on Walmgate have banded together to create Walmgate Wednesdays, where businesses are offering discounts in order to bid to raise the profile of the street. I love this because there's lots of little shops that you don't know about, which you can find on Walmgate. So make sure you go and check it out. And yeah, there you go. That's all of them, I presume. Looking all very happy. We also have some star news. I love a bit of stars. So the amateur astronomers have built a planetarium in a field. The men were all volunteers of the York Astronomical Society and have ended up building the Lime Tree Observatory for fun. So if you haven't been to a planetarium before, I really recommend it. I've been to one before in my life and I loved it. You could see all the stars, and York is a really great place for it. Especially right now, we've got lots of Northern Lights. It's a good year for Northern Lights, so we can maybe even see them. A North Yorkshire man has been shortlisted for a top tourism award for how he's adapting cycles and e-bikes to suit all abilities. So Rob Brown is co-director of Dalby Forest Cycle Hub and is a non-profit for hire scheme. There you go, got that one out. And finally, some very exciting news for all the foodies out there, including me. Here on campus, Yuzu have announced that they'll be serving yuzu street food in the Glass House. So when it reopens on the 4th of March, you can get some of their new food from their new menu. And we're going to be having a sneaky peek at it here on YSTV. So make sure you definitely stay tuned on YSTV to see the new menu that Yuzu are getting. And if you haven't had Yuzu already, what are you doing? It is one of the best street foods you can get in town. Okay, moving on to the York City updates. So they played Dagenham and Redbridge on Saturday and drew 1-1. They played Oldham Athletics on Tuesday and drew 1-1 as well. Lots of drawing. Their next fixture is tomorrow, where they'll be playing Barnet. And we've got some good news. They've gone up in the league tables. They've gone up to 16th position in the National League tables with 39 points, not 29, 39 points, which is amazing. Actually, a little fun fact for you. Harry Redknapp was in York yesterday night, and I saw him at the Barbican. He was doing a talk at the York Barbican, and he mentioned about York City. He says, it's a very good team. So if you're a York City supporter, good on you. Harry Redknapp likes them too. Now, we have a very, very important interview coming up, and I didn't really know how big this guy was until I was talking to Cameron, our producer today, and he told me this guy. He likes his Chinese food, and he does lots of eating and talking about it. So we've got an interview with the one and the only Big John. So our own Will Hubbard has this interview for you.
Right, I'm Big John, and I'm here with YSTV.
Hey guys! Hey guys, welcome back to YSTV. Today, we're out quite late, I'm going to be real with you guys, and we're going to interview Big John at Indie Tuesdays at Ziggy's. So, let's get going there and see what it's like. Our boss. Right, so, you're back at Ziggy's for another time. How are we feeling about being back at Ziggy's? What do we think of the club?
Brilliant club, great people, love York. One of my most favourite places to come.
Okay.
So, and I'll get to come here to work. So, love it.
Perfect. So, obviously we know Chinese takeaway is your favourite. What would you say follows up to Chinese?
I like southern fried chicken and ribs. I like favourite fried chicken that we've got up here.
Yeah.
Nice chicken burger, fried chicken and sticky ribs.
Oh, I mean, you can't go wrong with that, let's do it. You can't go wrong. Anywhere in York, you know, which is nice place for that kind of stuff.
Not really, but I've been going to the Middle Feast in York and having the chicken wraps.
Yeah.
I've been about 4 times over the course of the journey. Always good, always good.
Definitely. No, Middle Feast, can't go wrong with that. You really can't go wrong with that. Anyways, other good questions up. Okay, recently, heard about the Bosch job. Okay, care to explain that to our listeners?
Nothing to do with me. It's my three sons, Johnny, Henry, William, all got into business together. Bought some condoms, put my face on the packet. I don't get nothing out of it, just get what you see. So one box doesn't takes. But they're flying out, they're selling thousands.
Yeah. I mean, the slogan works so well. The slogan,
They're flying out, especially with holiday season coming up. I know we're not there yet. We're thinking about some holidays, and it's better to be safe.
Yeah.
For lads and ladies.
100%. Speaking of Johnny, boxing, Leamington Mill, you do very well. Question is, would you ever get in the ring? And who would you go against if you could?
I used to box when I was younger. Only amateur. And I won't box anymore now. All I do is have an eat off with someone. A chicken ball competition.
Do you think you can beat me?
I'll beat you easy. Listen, it might not be speed, but I'm going to go long.
That's my problem. That's my problem. I wish I could. I really wish I could. I don't know if I'm going to get it.
Listen, I'm not a fast eater. I can get all night in the day, so bring it on.
The sticky ribs.
Sticky ribs I can eat all night.
100%. 100%. And one more question.
Yes,
I've only got 2 minutes. I won't leave you too long.
That's all right.
Thoughts on England in the Euros? Do you think we're going to bring it home?
No. One reason.
Okay.
We have the players.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I don't think we've got the managers with the right mentality. I think we've got to be school, we've got to be a bit fearless, we've got to go for it. We've already messed up one final at home, we should have won it. And I've just not got any faith at all in the manager.
Who do you think has got it?
There's a lot of managers out there. I just think someone just a bit get up and go about it. You know, there's plenty of managers out there. I'd like to see Jurgen Klopp managing, he'd be a good manager. But Southgate did a good job when he came in. Steadied the ship.
Yeah.
He's just a yes man. He's
He's only get so far.
He's safe. And listen, England are doing all right, but we should have won that last Euro. So we didn't.
Bit of a letdown last minute.
Yeah.
Real bad. But no. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Thank you
Very much. All the best.
Thank you.
That interview has really made me crave some Chinese food now. I've got lasagna waiting for me at home, but I'm a big Chinese girl. Do you guys like Chinese takeaway?
Oh, love.
Big controversial.
Anyways, if you're wondering who these guys are, this is Noose. So do you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Ellen. I'm Deputy News Editor for News.
I'm Nadia. I'm deputy editor of News. I'm Lily. I'm the production director of the paper, just in general. And I am the photography editor as well.
Amazing, incredible. So can you tell everyone a little bit about News, what they can expect from it?
Oh, both just went, yeah. Okay, so News is the broadsheet paper.
Try use this one, it might be a bit louder.
News is the broadsheet paper. We're the oldest society on campus, actually.
Wow.
Give you a little fact, founded in 1964.
1964. Wow, that must be around when the uni started, right?
Yeah, literally, I think it was like the year after.
Wow, very
Don't quote me
impressive.
on that.
Yeah.
That's really bad, I don't know. But yeah,
No,
it
it's
is.
all good.
I know it's pretty old. But yeah, with the broadsheet paper, we've just finished and submitted our print edition today.
Very exciting. When can we
Yeah.
expect that then?
27th, so Tuesday. Yeah.
Can you give us any like sneak peeks into it?
I'm going to leave it just
Okay.
because we've had to half the edition this time just because of our like editorial situation at the minute. But because of that, I'm not going to give too many sneak peeks because it's a reduced amount anyway. But pick it up.
Okay,
on
totally
Tuesday.
understand.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about the photography. I'm really interested by that.
Oh, swap mics. Oh, don't cross. Okay.
I mean,
Don't worry, you carry on. It's right.
it basically, we sometimes have, student photography. We have a whole shoot section that I'm not involved with. They've got their own sort of internal squad that does that. I'm more when we have events and things going on. So like Roses last year, which we were in charge of covering, things like that. I'll be on the sidelines at things, dangling about 4 cameras off of me, just like clinking away, and you'll see me sort of like bouncing around in the crowd, just like suddenly a flash will appear in a dark room. And so then this year, because we're doing the elections, you'll see me there looking as interested as ever, but through the camera lens. And it's basically just that. It's just being able to capture what's going on campus. And other than that, it's, you know, people will email me saying, hey, I want to use this image. What credits do I need? And I'll say, well, yeah, it's a whole different thing. But I have to say, yeah, let's make sure we don't get into any legal trouble.
Of course.
Yeah, we have a lawyer. We've got a guy.
Amazing. We're going to talk a little bit more about ERN, that's it, later on. But firstly, if people are watching at home and they want to get involved, what can you recommend them to do?
I'd say follow us on Instagram. So it's at York News. We also have a website, where all of our articles go anyway as well. And if you want to get involved, we also have a new email, inquiries@news.co.uk. I don't know why we didn't have that before. But that's a general email, so it goes to all the senior team. So we can reply to you, and if you want to write for a particular section, we've got an About Us team. They have all the editors' emails on there as well, so you can pitch them. There's loads of different ways you can get involved.
And so I'm interested. A bit nervous to join. So what would you say to anyone who's watching who's maybe a bit nervous, they've never written before? What would you say?
I personally, do you want me to just? I'm the same. Like, I was really nervous when I first joined. The team are so welcoming. We don't care what your experiences is with writing, whether you've written loads or you've not written anything. We accept literally anyone who's interested. And also, you don't even have to write if you're interested in photography. We have subs who edit the documents to make sure that grammatical errors and anything like that.
The grammar police.
We've got the grammar police. Yeah, we're actually looking for a few more subs anyway. Because
okay.
Yeah, so if you're interested in grammar, because I personally don't enjoy that part. So there's loads of different things you can do. So.
Oh, incredible. Okay, amazing. Yeah. And what makes you guys different from the other student media?
I knew this was coming up. I was it
must be the question.
They always ask, yeah. So one of the first things I say is we're the oldest. But I think we're working more, we're with URY now, so we have our own radio show. So we are diversifying. But yeah, that's one of the main things. We're a broadsheet. I think Vision was initially a tabloid, but I'm not sure if they still... I know Vision's coming on in a minute, so...
Yes.
I think they're in a trans... So I'm not going to say anything like that.
I was going to say, Vision are coming on, you can't be mean to them.
So, yeah, but that's pretty much it, really.
Amazing. And yes, so I want to go back to the ERNs, because you said you were going to be covering it. So tell us about that. What's the coverage going to be like for you guys?
So we are trying to do a live blogging like we did for Roses. We're not 100% sure whether our tech team can do that, but that would be really fun. And we're announcing the candidates as well. So
wow, amazing. So yes, it is the Student Union elections for anyone watching at home. It is the season now, so keep your eyes peeled. We've got a lot of things coming up. At yesterday's members meeting, students voted to create 2 new SABS officer roles, which is very exciting, isn't it? So yeah, we've got some new SABS officer roles. The nominations will be open for 2 weeks, starting on Monday. So if you can think of ways that you'd like to improve university life, then get involved. You can put yourself forward and you could potentially be a SABS officer. So this year, you guys are going to be covering it. Very exciting. And we're going to have the debate night as well, which is going to be covered by YSTV. So let's have a little look at some of the highlights from last year.
Welcome to USU's Election Results Night 2023. We've been asking what issues affect you the most, and tonight we'll find out who you think should tackle them.
Students have come out in force to nominate themselves this year. We've had 26 candidates competing for 12 positions.
2,664 of you have cast a total of 15,843 votes. Awesome. So it's time to find out who will be our next social sciences faculty rep.
So in the first round, the quota is met and Francesca De Michele is elected.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Up next will be our accountability and scrutiny chair. In the first round, the quota is met, and so Taylor Watson is elected. Congratulations.
And now it's time to find UC's newest NUS delegates.
So in the first round, Hannah Nimmo and Peter Hopwood have met the quota and elected.
And Hannah Carley has met the quota and is also elected.
Congratulations, all of you.
We have the results for the Black Asian Minority Ethnic BAME officer. There we go. So Maisie Cheng has met the quota and is elected.
So next up, it's time to find our next International Students Officer. And the quota is met in the first round. Maz and Miriam are elected. Congratulations. Who will be the next Women and Non-Binary Officer? And Tilly Gosling and Sophie Beaver have met the quota and have been elected. Congratulations.
And now it's time to find out USU's new LGBTQ+ officer. Freddie and Fran have been elected.
So the wait is over, and first it's time to reveal our new Community and Wellbeing Officer. So Hannah Nimmo has met the quota and is re-elected Community and Wellbeing Officer.
Genuinely wasn't expecting this, so just thank you so much.
Who have we elected as your next academic officer?
So, the threshold is met and Deb is re-elected.
Come to the stage, Deb. Congratulations.
I'll thank my campaign team and everyone who is here, especially my SAPs. They're just incredible. And I believe this is one of the best SAP team ever you'll find in USU.
So it's time to find out your next York Sport Union president. Woo! Awesome.
So, Tanisha has passed the quota and is elected as your new York Sport
Tanisha.
Union president.
It just feels surreal. I have waited for this moment for nearly 3 years of my life, and it feels unreal to be here right now.
It's time for the penultimate results of the night as we get ready to find our new student activities officer. So, Anna is elected into the role. Congratulations, Anna.
How are you feeling?
Emotional.
Good emotional?
Good emotional, yeah.
So, it's time to have a look at who you've elected as your USU president. Miss Pierrick Roger is your renewed USU president.
Congratulations, Pierrick.
Congratulations, Pierrick.
I'd like to thank the people sat at this table first off. They've been mental health support for me for quite a few days. They're my housemates and also friends. And I'd also like to thank the SAP team I currently work with. They're amazing people and I love each and every one of them.
Let's hear it for your new SAP team.
Woo!
It's a very exciting night, the ERN. So make sure you keep up to date with it and maybe even get involved like those guys did. But it's changed now. You can see it's York Vision and we've got a different person on the sofa. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jacob Basford. I am the sports editor for York Vision.
Okay, so tell me about York Vision.
So we're the second newspaper on campus alongside York News. So we've been in operation since 1987. And yeah, we're sort of the... well, traditionally, we're the more tabloidy kind of paper, but recently we've gone through a bit of a redesign, so a bit more sort of like Guardian, Independent-esque. And yeah, it's been great. We're in the process of doing our next print, which should be out next Thursday.
Amazing. And I asked the others and they said no, but can you give us any like insights into what we can expect in the next print?
I can probably give you an insight into what we're expecting in my sports section.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's all right. Go for it.
Because obviously we've just had the varsity qualifiers last weekend. So I'm basically done a new section on that, just kind of covering which teams are going to be representing York in varsity next month, which is going to be really, really exciting.
Wow, that is exciting. And as you mentioned, sports, it's going to be a good sporty year or semester, isn't it? It's Roses. So are you excited for that?
Yeah, massively, massively excited. I wasn't involved in Vision the last time we did Roses, which was the last away Roses in 2022. But no, I'm very, very, very excited. It's a massive opportunity. It's a great chance to work with all student media, with URY and YSTV, of course, as well. So really look forward to it.
Well, we'll come back to Roses in a bit as we've got some highlights to show you in a moment. So make sure you stay tuned. But yeah, tell me a little bit about how you guys differ from Noose, and if people want to get involved, what can they expect?
Yes, as I previously mentioned, we used to be the more tabloidy kind of paper. So there was that kind of difference that Noose kind of consider themselves to be the more broadsheet. That difference has narrowed quite recently in years gone by. But yeah, I mean, as you can tell, I'm sort of from the merch and stuff.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I just said I absolutely love the jumper. Fresh off the press is what you just said.
I did, yeah, good pun there. Not usually good on my puns, but... yeah, no, we're a great society. We've managed to get a lot of fresh intake this year, which has been amazing. Loads of keen, not just freshers, but MA students, people of all years as well. So we've done really well to build up the society in the last few years, and I mean, the differences between us and News are not that massive, but it's just an opportunity just to explore delve into new things. Like I'm the sports editor, but I've been very privileged to have done food stuff, which I did do with some guys at YSTV earlier.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
That'd be right on my street. What did you do for food stuff?
We reviewed a new steak. It was in September. We reviewed the opening of this steak restaurant, the Rio.
Was it good?
It was amazing. Yeah.
I'm so jealous. I'm so hungry.
Yes, I was
Anyways,
saying.
I'm going to stop talking about food and lasagnas. Incredible. And if anyone wants to get involved, how can they do so?
So we have weekly meetings in Spring Lane building on a Monday at sort of 6:30, and then we head off to Courtyard afterwards. So we're always approachable in there. Anyone can write for York Vision. Just email us vision@usu.org, and you can get in contact with us through our Instagram as well. So yeah, you can write for us. You don't have to have any experience and any expertise, and yeah, you can write for news, opinion. We've got our great magazine section Scene, and obviously, yeah, if you want to write about sport. Please feel free to hit me up. I love to do a match report on any kind of sport. So,
and can we just quickly check, what is the Instagram?
So the Instagram is at York-Vision, I think, or _Vision.
Sorry, I put you on the spot there. I should have pre-warned you with that one. Amazing. Okay, that's brilliant. Well, you briefly mentioned Roses. So we're going to talk a little bit about Roses because we're into semester 2, and this is when Roses takes place. So we're going to start to look ahead to Lancaster this year. It is an away taking place in the first weekend of May from the 3rd to the 5th. And this year, you guys are going to be running it. So I just found out now, actually, that you guys do ERN one time and Noose do Roses, and then they swap around. So this year, it's your turn to do Roses. And yes, YSTV, us here, and URY are going to be covering it. So let's have a look at some of the highlights from last year.
About to kick off here at Roses 2023. And they're off here. Both crews, strong looking start.
You can hear a lot of the crowd cheering on York. I'm sure that's spurring them on for the finish.
From York, who are now streaming ahead.
And it is a 1:03.85. That is rapid from Charlotte.
But Lancaster really putting pressure on.
Oh, well played from Dan Hargreaves. Dan Hargreaves down the left-hand side.
Lancaster and York, both strong men's lacrosse teams.
Yes, Lancaster are always getting to the puck first.
Well, it was tremendous fun, and it was great to have a big audience here.
What a fantastic
absolutely
game.
elated.
It is now York 16, Lancaster 12.
Both teams looking very ready for this game, aren't they? There's a lot of tension here.
There's a lot of tension. No one's really speaking to each other.
Shot comes in, and it's tapped into the goal.
Really strong work from York
has got all the
15.
ground to run for. York have scored.
Another goal by number 12.
Jones, she scores! Lancaster 1-0.
Picked off by Tom Goodchild. He's right to the end zone. Touchdown, Bombers! Bombers win! Bombers win!
And that's a point to Lancaster. It's now 1-1.
A defensive disaster for York.
Commiserations to York. A well-fought game.
Really close as well.
There's Crasher on 10 now. Oh,
York.
Mickey makes
Real what a layup! Number 22.
Lancaster over the fence.
A block by the York goalie there. What a save.
For the first time since 1985, Roses have been won by Lancaster away at York. Roses are red.
Oh, it's so exciting, Roses. I was literally just saying how excited I am for this year. And if you want to get involved, you definitely can. It's not too late to get involved with student media, going to Roses, or maybe even some sports. I'm not too sure on the sports side, but student media you can definitely get involved with, and it is a great time. So what's coming up next on the live? Make sure you don't go anywhere because we've got some really exciting things. It is the season finale of Game Night, King of the Hill, where Dizzy and Jamie will be playing Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. I haven't played it in ages. Then Ruben will be back with another episode of Soccerholics, and it's going to be all about women's football this time. I love the women's team. Go on, Lionesses. Next up is Corey versus Matty in the last series of Think Outside the Box. Then it's going to be a techie takeover for Everything's Fine. And then it's going to be Only Conjoined. And then we've got another episode of Jamie Does Pop Culture. I've just seen him in there. He's getting ready to do some pop culture. And finally, we have a big announcement on Untitled.mob. So make sure you stick around and watch everything on the live. I've been Hannah Bregman, and I'll see you again soon.